A businessman was packing for a trip when he noticed something in his briefcase. "Honey," he called to his wife. "Yes, dear," she answered. "Honey," he repeated with mild frustration, "why do you keep putting a condom in my briefcase every time I travel? You know I'm devoted to you. I'd never be unfaithful." "Oh, I know that, darling. I trust you completely," she said sweetly. "It's just that with all those awful diseases out there, it gives me peace of mind to know that if, heaven forbid, anything did happen, you'd be protected. So please, take it with you, for my sake." The man sighed. "All right, if you put it that way, I'll take it for you. But, just to be safe, maybe you'd better give me more than one." The mental asylum had become overcrowded, so the psychiatrists needed a way to decide which patients had recovered enough to return to society. A psychologist came up with a simple test. He gathered everyone in a common room and drew a door on the chalkboard. Then he announced, "Anyone who can open this door may go home." Suddenly, people rushed forward, all trying to be the first to open the drawing. Some pushed, tapped, tugged, and even tried to pry at the chalk lines. The psychologist sighed, discouraged, until he noticed one participant standing calmly against the wall. Intrigued, he walked over and asked, "Why aren't you trying to open the door like everyone else?" The person smiled and said, "I'm not in a hurry. They won't get it open." "Oh, and why not?" the psychologist asked. The patient replied, "I have the key." One evening, after an office party, a man drove his slightly tipsy secretary home. His wife tended to be jealous, so he decided not to mention it. Later that night, while driving his wife to a restaurant, he spotted a stiletto heel partly sticking out from under the passenger seat. Panic shot through him. Seizing a moment when she wasn't looking, he quickly grabbed the shoe and tossed it out the window. Relieved, he continued driving, thinking he'd avoided disaster, until they pulled into the restaurant. "That's odd," his wife said, frowning. "Have you seen my other shoe?" On a blazing summer afternoon, a blonde came to town with her dog. She tied the dog in the shade of a tree and went into a cafe for something cold to drink. About 20 minutes later, a police officer stepped inside and asked, "Who owns the dog tied up under the tree outside?" The blonde raised her hand. "She's mine." "Your dog appears to be in heat," the officer said. The blonde shook her head. "No, she's fine. She's in the shade and staying cool." The officer tried again. "No, I mean she needs to be bred." "Bred?" the blonde repeated. "Oh, she's not hungry. I fed her before we got here." The officer sighed. "No, I mean your dog wants to have sex." The blonde looked at the cop and said, "Well, go ahead. I always wanted a police dog."